Hello viewers, we are going to start a series of lectures on business statistics. In the introductory lecture on business statistics, we shall try to look for the answers of a number of questions like what is statistics, what for statistics, what are the goals of statistics, what are the different statistical methods to achieve these goals, what is descriptive statistics, what is inductive statistics. Most people are familiar with the term statistics as it is used to denote and record numerical facts and figures. For example, the heights of skyscrapers in the country, the daily prices of selected stocks on a stock exchange, the tonnage of cargo vessels commissioned over the last 15 years, the number of runs scored, number of catches or the number of wickets taken by cricket players participated in the World Cup, or the government reports full of numerical data giving the progress of their various projects. So, allusion to statistics are abundant and inclination to quote statistics is almost universal. Strangely enough, however, skepticism and misconception about statistics is widespread. I quote, "There are 3 degrees of lies, damn lies and statistics," I unquote. This was quoted by Disraeli, and "you might prove anything by figures," said by a witty statesman. And the War Office kept 3 sets of figures, one to mislead the public, another to mislead the cabinet, and the third to mislead to itself, quoted by Herbert Asquith. So, statistics is misused either deliberately or often due to the lack of knowledge of the subject. Also, much of this reaction stems from the fact that misleading conclusions are often drawn either from poor planning of an experiment or because some pertinent information is withheld. In spite of some limitations and misusage of statistics, statistical methods are widely used in many fields of studies for making wise decisions in the face of uncertainty. Statistical science has developed over a long period of time like any other subject of science or humanities, and during this process a number of definitions has been given by different authors. Professor Boole himself gave several definitions of statistics. He defined statistics as the science of counting, or statistics as the science of averages, or he defined statistics as the science of measurement of social phenomena regarded as a whole in all its manifestations, a subject not confined to any one science. Whereas Professor Boddington defined statistics as the science of estimates and probabilities. As per Croxton and Cowden, statistics may be defined as the collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation of numerical data. And according to Wallis and Roberts, statistics may rightly be regarded as a body of methods for making wise decisions in the face of uncertainty. And according to Professor R. A. Fisher, who is known as father of modern statistics, he defined the science of statistics is essentially a branch of applied mathematics and may be regarded as mathematics applied to observational data. Statistics is used in almost every field of activity. It has made a valuable contribution towards arriving at an effective decision in various functional areas of business and management: the marketing, the finance, the production and the personnel. Today, statistical methods are also widely used in regional planning, transportation, public health, communication, military and agriculture. The statistics is being used extensively in the field of management because of complexity of today's managerial activities, which involve constant analysis of existing situation. It was used because setting objectives, seeking alternatives implementing, controlling and evaluating the decision made. It is used because of availability of different types of methods for statistical analysis of complex managerial problems. Also, due to availability of high speed computers to apply statistical methods or models to real life problems in business organizations, industries, etc. Computers have played an important role in arriving at an optimal solution of complex managerial problems both in terms of time and cost. The word statistics can be used in two senses. It can be used in plural sense and it can also be used in singular sense. In plural sense, it means statistical data. Here we are given a statistical table which gives the number of statistics of postgraduate students in the three colleges of a city. In college A, there are 1500 students. In college B, there are 2250 students, and in college C, there are 1800 students. Further, the students are also classified as per their sex. For example, in college A, out of 1500, there are 800 male students and 700 female students. This information is further classified as per the marital status of the students. For example, out of 800 male students in college A, we have 85 married students and 715 unmarried students. Whereas, out of 700 female students, there are 150 married students and 550 unmarried students. This type of information is given for remaining two colleges, that is the college B and college C. The word statistics can also be used in singular sense, and in singular sense it means the statistical methods. These methods include the collection, organization and summarization of data in such a way that valid conclusions can be drawn from them through analysis of the data. Now, the data collection. For example, suppose we want to collect the data on income of the people living in a city, then what information do we require? We require the information about the population of the city, the number of individuals who are getting income, daily or monthly income of each earning individual. Then the data we collect has to be organized and to classify and to put in statistical tabular forms. Then after doing this, the organized data may be presented by means of various types of graphs or other visual aids. Data presented in an orderly manner facilitates statistical analysis. And on the basis of systematic presentation, either in tabular form or graphical form, we determine the average income of an individual and extent of disparities that exist. This information will help to get an understanding of the phenomena. And then once we do that, all the above steps may lead to drawing conclusion which will aid in decision making a policy for improvement of the existing situation. As far as statistical data are concerned, there are two types of statistical data, the secondary data and the primary data. The secondary data are those which have already been collected by another organization and not by the researcher or statistical investigator himself, and are normally available in the published form. The various international and national bodies collects the data on regular basis and bring them out in print form, like World Bank, Asian Development Bank, International Labour Organization, Secretariat of United Nations, etc. collects the data on various aspects of life and publish them, like on education, health, etc. Also, the Government of India and its many agencies like Reserve Bank of India, Census Commission, Ministry of Statistics Program and Implementation, Commerce Ministry and private research organizations, trade associations, etc., collects the data and bring them out in print form. The original data collected specifically for a current research are known as primary data. The primary data can be collected in three different ways. It can be collected by personal inquiry method, or it can be collected through correspondence, that is the mailed questionnaire method, or it can be collected through direct observational method. In case of the personal inquiry method, a questionnaire is to be prepared, and this questionnaire consists a number of possible questions based on the objective of the survey. Sometimes we provide the possible answers to each of the question, and when we go to the respondent, we just ask him certain questions and tick the right answer which he gives. These questionnaires are also known as the schedule, and this is the perfect method which helps us to get the data correctly. But when we are dealing with a large scale survey, then this method is very much time consuming and expensive. In that case, we mail our questionnaire to the respondent, and he is supposed to fill up that questionnaire and send it back to us. But in this method, the main problem is that many respondents may not send back the questionnaire. So, we face the problem of non-response. Though there are some statistical methods to deal with the problem of non-response, but still it is a serious problem. The third one is the direct observational method, where the statistical investigator goes to the field and makes certain observations and note it down himself. This method is hardly used for the data collection. Various statistical methods can be classified in three different categories. The category 1 is of descriptive statistics, second the inductive statistics, and the third is statistical decision theory. Under the descriptive statistics, we shall learn about the methods of data collection and presentation, measures of central tendency and dispersion, index numbers, etc. As distinguished from descriptive statistics, we have inductive statistics, which is a scientific discipline concerned with developing and using mathematical tools to make forecasts and inferences. Inductive statistics includes the methods like probability and probability distributions, sampling and sampling distributions, various methods of testing of hypothesis, correlation, regression, factor analysis, time series analysis, and the methods of estimation. Statistical decision theory, whereas deals with analyzing complex business problems with alternative courses of action or strategies and possible consequences. Basically, it is to provide more concrete information concerning these consequences, so that best course of action can be identified from alternative courses of action. These days, the main use of statistics is to draw the inferences about the unknown parameters of the population by selecting a representative sample from this population and to study only the sample and then draw the inferences about these population parameters. Here population means all the conceivable members of a group under study. For example, the total number of students admitted in a university constitutes a population for educational survey. For example, the number of plants in a field constitutes a population for agricultural surveys, and the number of bolts manufactured by a factory in a particular week of study also constitutes a population, whereas a sample is a sub-collection of items drawn from the population under study. So, the goal of statistical investigations, as I just mentioned, is to explore the characteristics of a population on the basis of a sample selected from the population randomly. The question arises, why we go for sampling and why don't we do the complete enumeration? There are some principal advantages of sampling methods over the complete enumeration. The number one is the reduced cost, greater speed, greater scope and greater accuracy. The greater accuracy we get through the sampling, it is somewhat surprising, but it is true that through sampling methods we may get more accurate result than we go for the complete enumeration, because of the non-sampling errors comes in the picture in the complete enumeration, and the non-sampling error is more in case of the complete enumeration in comparison to sampling methods. Now, the question arises, how to select a representative sample from the given population. The representative sample means that it should be representative with the characteristic under study, and such a sample can be selected by different sampling schemes, and that sampling scheme depends on what type of situation is there, what type of data are available to us and in what form the data are. Such sampling schemes are simple random sampling scheme, stratified random sampling, cluster sampling, multi-stage sampling and varying probability sampling schemes. So, in this lecture, we try to get the answers of a certain questions like what is statistics, what for statistics is, what are broad categories of statistical methods, what are the goals of statistics, and what is descriptive statistics, what do we mean by inductive statistics, and what do we mean by the sampling methods, and what do we mean by representative sample, and also the different methods of selection of a representative sample. So, we have seen that statistics is an applied science, and if it is used honestly, sincerely and wisely, then it can deliver the goods to humanity. And then the old slogans like lies, damn lies and statistics can be replaced with a new slogan, statistics and truth. Thank you, viewers.